Welcome to today's lecture. Today we will be studying about the tibiofibular joints. There are three joints which occur in the tibia and the fibula. So they are, first is superior tibiofibular joint, second middle tibiofibular joint, and third is the inferior tibiofibular joint. If you see this picture, what you can see, so this bone, this is the tibia and this is the fibula. So tibia is in the medial side whereas fibula is in the lateral side. So this is the upper end of tibia, upper end of fibula. So here what joint is taking place, this is the superior tibiofibular joint. Then what you can see over here, this entire thing. So this is called the middle tibiofibular joint, which is formed by this interosseous membrane. Then below, this is the lower end of tibia and lower end of fibula. So the joint which takes place here is called the inferior tibiofibular joint. So in this picture what you can see, this is an enlarged view of the upper end of the tibia and the fibula. So this is the tibia, this is the fibula. So this is the upper end. So the joint which takes place over here, so this is called the superior tibiofibular joint. So now we'll study about this superior tibiofibular joint. So it is the small synovial joint of the plain variety. So it is formed by the articulation of small rounded flat facet present on the head of the fibula. So this is the head of the fibula. So here where it is articulating, there will be a facet which is small round facet. So it is articulating with the posterolateral condyle of the tibia. So these are the condyles of the tibia. This is the posterior aspect. This is the lateral aspect. So it's articulating with the posterolateral condyle of the tibia. Both surfaces are covered with hyaline cartilage. The joint is enveloped by fibrous capsule and lined by synovial membrane. The fibrous capsule is strengthened by anterior and posterior ligaments. The joint communicates with the knee joint through the popliteal bursa. This joint, that is the superior tibiofibular joint, it permits some gliding or rotatory movements during dorsiflexion of the foot. It helps in adjustment of the lateral malleolus during movements of the ankle joint. So those things you are not able to see in this picture. Then coming to the blood supply of the superior tibiofibular joint, it is supplied by the inferior lateral genicular branch of popliteal artery. The nerve supply for this superior tibiofibular joint is by the nerve to the popliteus and by the recurrent genicular nerve, which is a branch from the common peroneal nerve. Now we will study about the middle tibiofibular joint. So this is the tibia, this is the fibula. So what you are having here, this entire thing is the interosseous membrane, which is forming the middle tibiofibular joint. So this interosseous membrane, it connects the interosseous border of the shaft of the tibia and the fibula. It is wide above and narrow below, where it blends with the interosseous ligament of the inferior tibiofibular joint. So here for the inferior tibiofibular joint, a ligament will be present here, that is called the interosseous ligament. So this interosseous membrane will blend with the interosseous ligament which is present in the inferior tibiofibular joint. Then you can see a very large opening which is above the upper free margin of the interosseous membrane. In this slide you can see this large opening more clearly. So this opening will provide for the passage of anterior tibial vessels. So then this interosseous membrane will also present another small opening, what you can see over here. So this opening is near the lower end. So it is for the passage of perforating branch of the peroneal artery. Now coming to the direction of these fibers which are present in the interosseous membrane. So most of the fibers are directed downwards and laterally, whereas this in diagram you cannot see it very clearly, whereas most of the fibers will be directed downwards and laterally except in the upper part where it is directed downwards and medially. So this is a medial side, this is a lateral side. So in the upper part the fibers are directed downwards and medially, whereas in the lower part and most of the fibers are directed downwards and laterally, that is towards the fibula, from tibia towards the fibula. Now coming to the relations of the interosseous membrane. So this is a picture which is showing the anterior relations. So this is when you see the interosseous membrane from the front. And what this shaded area, so they are the muscles which are attached over here. So anteriorly you are having the tibialis anterior muscle, then you are having the extensor hallucis longus, then extensor digitorum longus muscle, then you are having the peroneus tertius. Along with this there will be anterior tibial vessels as well as the deep peroneal nerve which is related anteriorly to the interosseous membrane. So this is the picture which is showing the posterior relation. So this entire thing is the interosseous membrane. This is the tibia, this is the fibula. So this colored area is showing the attachment of the muscle. So posteriorly you are having the tibialis posterior muscle as well as the flexor hallucis longus muscle. The blood supply for the middle tibiofibular joint is by the branches of the anterior tibial and posterior tibial arteries. The nerve supply is from the nerve to popliteus. Now coming to the functions of this interosseous membrane. So it provides additional surface for the attachment of the muscles. So you can see the muscles are attached to this interosseous membrane. Then it binds the tibia and the fibula. Thirdly, it resists downward movement of the fibula by the powerful fibular muscles. Fourth is it partitions the flexor and extensor compartment of leg. So anterior to this, as this is when you see from the front, so anterior to the interosseous membrane it will be the extensor compartment of leg, and behind the interosseous membrane will be the flexor compartment of the leg. Now coming to the inferior tibiofibular joint. So what you can see, this is the inferior aspect of the tibia, this is the inferior aspect of the fibula. So this is forming the medial malleolus, this is forming the lateral malleolus. So the joint which is forming here, so this is the inferior tibiofibular joint. So this joint is a syndesmosis variety of the fibrous joint. It connects the concave triangular rough surface of the lower end of the tibia with the convex triangular rough surface of the lower end of fibula. The ligaments of the joint are the interosseous ligament which will be attached to this rough surface. Then you are having the anterior and posterior tibiofibular ligaments. Now coming to the interosseous ligament. So what you are seeing here, so this is the interosseous ligament. So it is a strong and short band which connects the opposing rough surface of the tibia and the fibula. The interosseous ligament is covered both in front and behind by the anterior and posterior tibiofibular ligaments. Now coming to the anterior tibiofibular ligament. So you can see this is the tibia, this is the fibula. So here this is the medial side. So here medial malleolus, this is the lateral side. So here this is the inferior tibiofibular joint which is happening. Then the ligament, what you can see over here, this is the anterior tibiofibular ligament. So it passes downwards and laterally in front of the interosseous ligament. So just behind this will be the interosseous ligament which is attached to the tibia and fibula. So anterior to it, this anterior tibiofibular ligament will pass downwards and laterally. This is the lateral aspect, this is the medial aspect. So from tibia to fibula, it passes downwards and laterally. Now this view is from the behind aspect, posterior aspect of tibia, fibula. This is the lower end. That is the, here you are having the medial malleolus, this is the lateral malleolus. So the ligament what you are seeing here, this is called the posterior tibiofibular ligament. So this posterior tibiofibular ligament, they extend downwards and laterally behind the interosseous ligament. So anterior to it will be the interosseous ligament. So the posterior tibiofibular ligament is stronger compared to the anterior tibiofibular ligament. Its lower and deep portion, they form the inferior transverse tibiofibular ligament. So you can see here, this is the inferior transverse tibiofibular ligament. So this ligament is formed from the lower and deep portion of the posterior tibiofibular ligament. So this ligament, that is the inferior transverse tibiofibular ligament, it passes transversely from the upper part of the malleolar fossa of the fibula to the posterior border of the articular surface of the tibia, reaching up to the medial malleolus. The blood supply of the inferior tibiofibular joint is by the perforating branch of the peroneal artery and the malleolar branches of the anterior and posterior tibial arteries. The nerve supply is by the deep peroneal nerve, tibial nerve, and also the saphenous nerve. The inferior tibiofibular joint permits slight movement so that the lateral malleolus can rotate laterally during dorsiflexion of the ankle. Thank you for watching.